What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came back and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna let you finish." Not really. And then I'm gonna cover it.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best album of all time.
He came in there and straight and castrated Cody Rhodes.
That is so
the man brought Pharaoh to the arena with him that night.
Who?
Oh, you don't know who Pharaoh is?
Who that?
His dog.
Dog.
God.
The dog even got a manager card in 2K24 when it come out. Pharaoh.
Why?
First of all, see, you don't know age. That's why you look like that, looking at me like that, baby D, because you don't know a play. It's when Cody was in AEW, he had the whole Nightmare family. It was him, Pharaoh, Brandy.
Okay.
All of them, and they all come out, had all the power and everything, and they had to bring the dog out there with all that power. That dog wasn't having that.
Oh, why would y'all do that?
Because he's
dogs hate loud noises.
What is this? Yeah, well, Pharaoh
they make whole products because they need a gentle hug when a loud noise comes. What are y'all doing?
And Pharaoh was probably wondering why Cody was holding him a little bit extra tightly in that Nightmare bus yesterday.
Yo, please.
Liberty was just like, and there's no justice.
Please, just move on. Because what are you doing?
I'm just, I am going through the stages of grief.
Come on.
What I'm going through right now. That's what's clearly what's happening. But guys, before we get into all that stuff, make sure you guys check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Check out Turntable, Super Culture, and Beyond. Check out Nerdgasm Talk podcast. We actually did a brief episode, and you guys want to hear some of that stuff the next day because we talked about Carl Weathers, talked about this Michael Jackson movie and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check that out. I think a lot of people probably not gonna check it out like I want to, but I think we had an excellent conversation about Carl Weathers.
You're right. Indeed.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is crushed.
Hurt.
He is upset.
I
don't even follow him, and he just came up in my timeline like, I'm so upset. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry.
This man like, yo, Creed 4 week, yo.
Yo, come on, man. Come on.
The return of a bottle, stop playing.
Oh God, please.
But yeah. He hurt. I mean, I can legit see his hurt. I ain't talking about Hulk Hogan, Tiny Liston hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I ain't talking about that.
Listen, don't even start.
Where is Pride while I did with that? Well, I don't know how I'm gonna make it safe. I ain't never read so much bullshit come off the tweet.
So like, legitimately, pisses me off.
Every time I think about that tweet, we probably be dying on that joke, man.
There's no reason for him. Never mind. Just please go move forward, please.
Drunk Thoughts Sometimes. Make sure you check out Prime's podcast, the Prime Nostalgia podcast with him and his boy Lee Boy TV. And also, we still got to promote my man here with Q Flow out here with the music, man, just dropping cuts out here, making just doing what?
You doing what?
Dropping cuts.
You dropping cuts? You know what? Y'all been on that bull job, not listening. You know he gets funky on the ones and twos.
Why you turkeys trying to jive, man?
You sound like he out here. Wipe your feet on the mat when you come in the door.
Someone just clean that floor. What's it? What?
When you say cuts, that's what.
I ate him.
Put me in the same box as Will Smith and his clean raps.
I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, this might be the energy I get the whole time. I'm a little bit sleepy.
No, it's quite alright. I'm welcoming the energy. Q Flow, I just want to make sure I shout you in your music, bro, all the time.
Oh yeah. We lit. Do I got anything coming out? Where we at? February?
Yeah, Black
Oh, I got
History
a whole
Month,
project
brother.
coming out next month. But y'all, yeah, y'all gonna hear about that next month. I got a project coming out next month. My song Kelly Green is out. If you're an Eagles fan, it's for you. If you're not an Eagles fan, become an Eagles fan, and then it'll be for you.
Become an Eagles fan.
That man is dominating.
Make sure y'all slap his albums on the phonograph.
Yeah. Speaking of Eagles, Eagle Stadium, Wrestlemania. What we doing? Swagway. Boom.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. First of all, I would love to ask you a question. Actually, what we were legit doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to low key.
Well, I'm still going.
Oh, no, bro, I already know. You ain't got to tell me that, bro. I already know you still going. I just kind of low key want to make sure, it's going to be our moment together. So I'm going to make sure, I want to know what we're doing for them days, hanging out, shit like that. I want to do all that. But before we get to all that, we got to get into the shit that happened on Smackdown. We got to get back into... Me, Q Flow, and Lay Sketch sat here. We did a whole Smackdown review, and I put out a clip from that review and put out a short. That thing has got 13.4K viewership. Now, for a channel like ours, which the restart, that's them good numbers right there. And people just been commenting and just been voicing their opinion in there all day. And I would have to say about 90% of the comments that I read, because it's over 400 something comments in there. Over excuse me, those are the likes. Talk about over 50, 60 comments in there. Out of all stuff that I see in there, man, everybody has been the hashtag We Stand with Cody. That was the hashtag that was trending today.
We want Cody.
Yeah,
it's
we want Cody.
Crazy.
That thing has been trending today.
Guess who was the latest to hashtag We Want or just post We Want Cody? You wouldn't even expect it. You wouldn't even expect. Take one guess.
John Cena.
No, I wouldn't be Cena.
No.
I'm just being an ass.
Okay.
You
Travis
even,
Kelce.
No. Logan Paul.
I don't give a fuck what he say.
Hey, look, he on the train, man. He on the bring back Cody train. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. So a lot.
We don't need to talk about Travis Kelce right now. Over here, got white folk over here gentrifying the fade.
Yeah, we not.
It's
doing
a regular
that.
Boosie fade. Talking about, let me get the Travis Kelce. Shut up.
We already went through this with Swag Surfing. We're not doing this with the fade. Please. I don't want to hear nothing else about nothing.
Got the nerve to take our culture and say we ain't got no culture. Shut up.
So, going back to SmackDown.
Let's see what you started.
Yeah, I know. Going back to SmackDown.
I'm on my revolutionary move, man.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you know what? Like I said, I am welcoming the energy. No, damn. What the hell? Okay. And so, the Rock is back, and I know everybody say it ain't been official. I'm like, bruh, they put up the graphic for the press conference underneath the Rock and Roman's face.
It's official.
This thing is official because they got the press conference next week, along with Cody and Seth got to be there, and Bianca and Rhea got to be there, and then Dwayne and Roman got to be there. So more reports have been coming out about what's been going on behind the scenes and stuff like that of why the Rock push for this WrestleMania main event. So I'm on CraigSeats.com, right? And they there have been so many theories going on, stuff like that of what's been going on. And both Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer, and PW Insider's Mike Johnson reported that Dwayne Johnson pushed for the move. Now, when we sit there and thought about it, we was just like, this is out the blue, almost in a way. The rumors came out, but the rumors came out before the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Cody won the Rumble. He pointed at Roman. And even as late as Monday, this was still a thing. And then all of a sudden, we go from that to this. And everything was all up in play. And it's just like, what happened?
I, honest to God, hope this match is the worst thing smoking. I do. I just want it to blow up in people's faces.
there are reports. There's a source that is out here because now CM Punk is injured. We still got the Vince McMahon allegations going on. Brock Lesnar's out of the creative plans for WrestleMania. So a lot of things has been happening. And I don't know if the TKO group board members got, with this and was trying to figure out what to do. And everybody saying, what they got to do with wrestling? I'm about to read to you. So there was a source that came out to PW Inside that said that The Rock is replacing Rhodes in order to save, and we quote, to save WrestleMania after Punk and Lesnar were taking out the plans for the show. Another told the site, hold on, just let me get this out, okay? Gotta see your face already. That The Rock wanted to return to the ring as soon as possible as it will help hit certain milestones in the lucrative new contract he struck with TKO to join the board. In either case, The Rock is said to have the backing of Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel, WWE President Nick Khan, and other power players in the organization. So it's very possible that no matter who was injured or not, Cody versus Reigns will have not taken place because The Rock was back in the game and the most important member of the company management were going to acquire, Dwayne Johnson's ideas. And then also, Meltzer wrote something similar on the board. And I said, you know how I feel about Dave Meltzer also that, but still, it has here is The Rock push. Hold on, okay, no, don't worry, I'll take care of that. The Rock pushed super hard for the WrestleMania 40 card change for CM Punk and Brock Lesnar were out, and all the dominoes fell. Dwayne already wanted it, and they, WWE, felt they now needed it as well. Felt this was better to change the news flow away from Vince. Because we are going to talk about it, but what happened this week, because we heard about it last week, and then Slim Jim was pulling out, and then Vince had to resign, and people was like, okay, he's going from the company, but this hasn't even started yet. Because Vince McMahon now is under federal
investigation.
Federal watch.
Yeah, the federal investigation, which we're going to get into detail after we talk about this. Cody was the plan. Dwayne was going to face him, Roman Reigns, later. Maybe next year's Mania. Maybe Saudi. Okay? The Vince thing ends up worse than they thought, and they changed plans 100%. It was Punk and Seth and Cody and Roman until Punk got hurt. Insider adds that change wasn't pushed or executed out of any malice for Rose, but because Rock believes it's the best business move, and he's now in a position where he can make that call, Mike Johnson writes. He says, it was a strategic move to give Dwayne Johnson more political power overall and to show Endeavor's faith in his involvement, and that even Paul Levesque, who has done an admirable job as a chief creative officer, will lose that power struggle with Johnson at this point, one source has said. Now,
ouch.
Before we get any deeper, this thing right here, automatically, I can clearly believe that when you get the federal government involved, and since this is not, the WWE is not a privately owned thing anymore, this is a public traded company now, they don't want any of that negative publicity, which is going to come.
They're worried about their shareholders. I get that.
Yeah.
But this save WrestleMania nonsense is what's blowing me. Me. Sir, save it from what?
Exactly.
What are we saving it from? I want people to understand something. As someone who went and purchased WrestleMania tickets, as we mentioned the first time we talked about this.
Yes.
WrestleMania is technically already sold out. As far as the tickets that you see when you go to purchase WrestleMania tickets right now are reseller tickets. Every single one that I've come across, there's no original tickets left. Maybe the ones down at the ring that are extraordinarily expensive. Because I ain't click on that section.
Yeah.
But all the other sections I looked at were reseller tickets, meaning the tickets have been purchased. Now, whether or not the place will be full because people have purchased the reseller tickets remains to be seen. Mm-hmm. But what are we saving exactly? I mean, like, y'all know, people talk about Philly sports fans, period.
Yeah.
Please don't think that if y'all give a shitty match and The Rock come out there winded and Roman is trying to hide outside the ring because can't neither one of y'all carry a match at this point, please don't think that Philly won't get volatile. Like, and I don't mean,
oh my mama, yo. People on Twitter talking about, man, Philly not gonna boo The Rock. I'm like, oh, y'all got Philly effed up. Y'all ain't see the Royal Rumble, huh? Y'all ain't see the Royal Rumble the first time. We booed The Rock already. We booed him already.
Like, Santa Claus.
Philly booed Santa Claus. Philly broke that robot that traveled all around the country. They ain't want to bring the little traveling puppet girl. They ain't want to bring her here because they was afraid that Philly was going to wild the fuck out. Now, I'm not saying this as like a badge of honor. Yeah. I'm saying this as realistically. Mm-hmm. Philly will turn on you. They do not care. It's going to be some shit. Especially, I feel like especially now that y'all have, I've always looked at it as, yes, it's an opportunity for some people, but it's just like, at this point, we at pure greed now. Because for how many years did we have just one WrestleMania? Now they were like, well, 2 nights. We can stretch it over 2 nights. We can get y'all to buy hundreds of dollars of tickets twice. Not to mention the other events. I hope that Philly boo so loud that a roof appears over the link and they boo it off again. Because what are y'all even? What is this? You know what this is giving? We always talk about you want a seat at the table and we want equality and equity and things like that. Getting a seat at the table and then doing the same exact shit is not. That wasn't the plan. I mean, maybe for some people it was. But again, as people have always said, you don't become a multimillionaire and a billionaire and get a seat at said table and not do something to screw someone over. No one becomes a billionaire with clean hands.
No, they don't. And first of all, before I even go in there, Q, do you have, from what I've read, do you have an opinion about that?
Yeah, I think it's a cop out. Rock came in, he made himself, he got the partnership with TKO, and now it's just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go Hulk Hogan this joint real quick. That's essentially what it feels like. He just Hulk Hogan his way into the main event of WrestleMania.
This feels like,
my thing is, my fault. I was trying to get my words. The whole WrestleMania needed to be saved. I'm obviously, like, we all in agreement. Like, no, it didn't. WrestleMania was fine. I don't even think WrestleMania was in trouble. Even with CM Punk old ass getting hurt, I still think you could have found a way to fix this without ruining Cody Rhodes' moment. Because once again, like, I don't know why people act like we still don't have Mr. Money in the Bank in the cut, like in the tuck. That's I don't know why people keep forgetting. It's like, did we forget that? I'm not saying Nerd Coalition forgot that. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, but
as wrestling fans, did y'all forget?
Mr. Money in the Bank, he's in the tuck, but I'm saying, but he's not going to factor in between The Rock and Roman. He's not going to factor into that. I know people are saying that he's not going to factor into that.
No. I know. No, I'm saying no. I'm saying no. Like we preached this. I mean, we already preached this last night too. It's like they could have kept Roman versus Cody. Seth's opponent is Damian Priest.
Yes, it could easily have. It could have been that or McIntyre.
That's it. Like, yeah. Like, I mean, it's not what was in the card. Because here's my thing. Even if Punk didn't get hurt, I still think Priest was gonna cash in and take that title.
Yeah, it's plans is falling apart. But you know what? I also think that this.
My fault. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
To the people saying like, first of all, stop bringing up it's more money, more views. I'm not getting paid for this more money, more views stuff. So why should I, as a fan, give a shit? I'm not getting paid from this. I don't care if it's more money, more views. We didn't ask. Oh man, y'all been asking for this. Yeah, when they were in Hollywood, we wanted this shit when they were in Hollywood. We wanted this. Where was they at before Hollywood? We wanted it there.
Texas.
We don't want it in Texas. We asked for that then. Y'all didn't give it to us. We moved on. And we all rallied around Cody. Stop saying like, oh, this was building up for 3 years. No, it wasn't. It was building up for 2 when we were at WrestleMania 39. Oh, we going to Hollywood. Who's the Hollywood star? Roman's cousin. That's when we wanted it. That's when it made sense. Y'all didn't pull the trigger on that. And now Cody got to lose his main event for what? Doesn't make it. It's bull.
Yeah. There's no factor way of this making any sense, but when I was reading these articles today and combing through them and stuff like that, I said, this sounds like grief to me. And I know what y'all probably sitting there saying, like, what am I talking about here, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest failures Dwayne Johnson has had in his career was what he tried to do over at Warner Brothers. Seriously.
Somebody already made that comparison. They was like, hey, yo, my man tried to make himself a Superman villain.
Yeah.
And was already established lore.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson, and he had my hands tied because, one, y'all know how I feel about the Shazam lore. Mm-hmm. And two, I'm not going to be against the Rock or Dwayne Johnson when he wants to be representing our people. I'm not going to go against that.
I would.
Whoa, okay, hold on.
And in that instance, because you can't do something and want to toss something up and not execute it well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The overall concept, I agree.
Yeah.
This particular instance.
Yeah. But however, Black Adam failed, and for what he was trying to do, he wanted to take that movie to be another launching pad to kind of like do another DC type universe type thing, or keep the old one, and he wanted to try to be in control of that, and it failed when they said, no, we ain't doing that. We're going to James Gunn. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. But you know what world The Rock does know? And that's the wrestling world. He may not know the superhero world, but he know the wrestling world.
You know what The Rock also supposedly knew?
What?
Football. The Rock ain't. He has not been knocking it out the park.
I'm about to say, what happened with the football thing?
The XFL was not doing great. That's why they combined with the USFL.
Oh yeah, well, of course it was Kobe doing great.
We knew that.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Don't nobody watch spring football, okay? That's the one.
That's not the spring sport.
Yeah. So, but because at that time it was reserved for baseball. But I'm saying, but neither here nor there.
I'm just saying to speak to your point.
Yeah.
My man has been shooting blanks for a few years here.
Yeah. But some of the reports I was reading and some of the things I was listening to today was even talking about that The Rock has even brought in some of his creative people to help, I guess, to go see this one-off match.
Okay.
Forward, and I'm like, well, see, it's the one, even though you don't like him.
It's happening.
What Falcon be saying, it's always that last line. And I'm like, if Paul Levesque got nothing to do with this, I want everybody to understand that right now, because Joyce began a lot of shit this past week, and
y'all try to send that man's heart monitor off the chart.
And I'm like, I'm not saying Triple H is not a perfect guy, and Triple H has fucked up a lot of things, but I'm talking about this situation. He didn't answer the media scrum. He didn't handle it well. Even Shawn Michaels handled it better than he did on his conference call. Triple H not handled it the best, and with this, he has no power over this. When they come in and they say that we want to do this main event because it will distract people from what's coming and what's already here. Because even with Cody winning the Rumble, whether we like to admit or not, they were still on the topic of Vince McMahon.
Yes.
And then
it's not something that's gonna go away easy.
And then when they said federal government, they said we have to shift it.
Call the Rock.
Okay. And I think that's what the whole save WrestleMania thing is. Because
that's what they trying. They dog whistling that it is. We have to distract y'all. Here's the magic tricks. Here's some confetti.
Yeah. To
distract you from the fact that Vince McMahon is not going to take us down with his sinking ship. Listen. I don't think there's any amount of people's eyebrows and elbows and smelling what the Rock is cooking and everything else to distract from the fact that Vince McMahon is under federal investigation at this point. There's nothing there's nothing you're going to do that's going to wash that away.
No, it ain't about washing it away, but it's doing what it's, at least for these past 24 hours, it's doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
You have created chaos. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if they sat there and know that the amount of backlash they was going to get.
I truly,
because
honest to God, don't think that they anticipated that.
Yeah. I don't know if they, because with Deville getting one of the most dislikes in...
I think it's the most disliked WWE video in history at this point, which is wild, because you can't even see dislikes everywhere.
Exactly. When you have that, and now when you have people all around that is actually booing, you're like, damn. They really cared about this guy. Like they which now you have created Cody even to a bigger babyface. But I'm saying, but now you could have this backlash effect that this match could potentially be shitted on.
Oh, for sure.
And that's not how you want to end WrestleMania. I guarantee you that's not how Triple H wants to end WrestleMania. Because it's above him now. This man he was like, can I just please book me my WrestleMania without any of this bullshit? Mm-mm. But no, not at all. And now, this thing is not even going to be advanced forward after this one-off. That's ego.
For sure.
That's pure ego that is now happening with this. And now, like I said, if I'm Triple H and you have The Rock bringing in his people to see his direction going forward, I'm like, see, that right there tells me that in the event that, see, let's put our full hats on real quick, okay?
Not our full hats.
Put your 10 full hats on, right? I'm about to get into conspiracy. This is what I'm thinking.
Oh, no.
Okay. That's what I like. Let's go.
Oh,
I seriously think, in Dwayne's mind, he feels as though he is preparing himself to get rid of all the poison that's in WWE, including Triple H.
You don't have to put on a foil hat for that. Okay. Foil hat not gonna fit over this fro today. I wholeheartedly believe that. I truly think that he wants to shoehorn himself in to the company so he can become the new creative director. And Triple H will just slowly fade to the wayside.
Not creative director. That's not what The Rock's on. He has people for that.
I know. You know what I mean. Like, he wants to be it. He wants to be Vince. I could completely see that. Because, again, if you have a huge ego and you have been doing all of these things, and like you said, what does he know? Wrestling. At least he feels like he knows wrestling enough to run a company.
Because, look, it is ego. But there is from, in his mind, I think this, and I'm not saying excusing him. In his mind, I think The Rock wants to be like Hove. No, hear me out. I think The Rock wants to be like Hove because, you know, they got a little friendship going. Anytime they had their awards, that they be praying to each other and shit. But I think it's like, look, even like when he was doing it Ballers, even though when his show, The Rock wants to be a man of color who owns all this shit.
And he runs something, yes.
He runs all this shit. But he be going about it the wrong way. All the time. And I'm just like, bruh, how can we on a black podcast and as black people get mad at black people owning shit, right?
Yeah.
But not this way.
You can't. This is the thing.
Not this way.
I think that now that the cover has been taken off of a lot of things, it is becoming more obvious that what people have been saying for years is true. Any business can be very cutthroat.
Yeah.
Doing business at a high level usually involves someone, something, lots of people getting stepped on.
Yeah.
And it's always been that way. But now, because, like, with the advent of social media and things like that, and people showing you how shit works that you probably wouldn't normally have access to, you would not have thought of in a million years. Now we're seeing, like, in real time, hostile takeovers.
Yeah.
These are things that happen every day, always have. It's just the nature of business. Mm-hmm. And would I be like, you know what, great, I'm so glad for you that you came in and got a position of power, a seat at the table, per se, and decided to make some needed changes. But it just feels, I don't know, it feels weird. And I know it sounds crazy to be going this hard for Cody Rhodes and looking at The Rock like with the side eye during Black History Month. But it's just weird. It's weird. The whole thing is weird. When I saw that he got on the board of directors, I was like, that's what's up. Great for him.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, you never want to see somebody who is seemingly drunk with power. Mm-hmm. Because where does it end? There's no... They don't get drunk with power and be like, oh, that's enough.
No.
Nobody does that.
Not at all. Not at all.
So then what happens? I don't know. I agree that it just it feels weird because in the end, who suffers? The fans. The shareholders, eventually WWE is going to bounce back. Excuse me. And they'll be fine. But the fans really don't have no stake in this except actually just enjoying wrestling. Mm-hmm. And as much as everybody, we want to see The Rock and Roman, y'all ask for this, eventually, you got to break down who is y'all. How many is y'all? Because if the y'all is 25% of the wrestling community, and the other 75 is just like, but we know this is going to be ass. Then what?
But even if the match was good, it doesn't take away that it doesn't make sense.
Facts.
And it doesn't make sense that from what we're hearing, reading, and seeing, that it is just a selfish move from Dwayne Johnson because of his ego. A very selfish move. And it's like, there's a lot of history with it, conscious with it. You got the Samoans in there, and main event in WrestleMania, and it's a family thing. But come on, man, look, we respect all that, but that does not make sense now. It don't make sense now. No. And this thing has potential to backfire. Because I'm not saying it's going. We have a negative reaction right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're at Daniel Bryan level yet until we see how these episodes of Raw and Elimination Chamber and the press conference goes. Because it's like, when they was mad that Daniel Bryan was not being put in that spot, they hijacked the show. All they kept chanting was Daniel Bryan and the Yes chant. Everywhere they went, Raw, Smackdown, every pay-per-view, every time Batista tried to talk, that Batista hated 2014, and it wasn't even his fault, okay? But that's what it was. They took over that, and they made the Yes movement was a thing. That was a thing. Now we're going to see what kind of backfire or or if it's just like, oh man, whatever. Because Raw hasn't happened. We don't necessarily know if it's going to be if Cody challenges Seth, or even how it even looks. They may do something even more stupid that may make the fans even more pissed off.
I genuinely want to know what this promo is going to be from Cody.
Yeah,
I really want to know.
And everybody hears his promo, it's going to be knowing that Cody don't mean any of this shit. And it don't make sense. And then they can try to sit there and write this thing to the best of their ability. You can get the greatest writers ever, and they still cannot make this make sense.